Welcome back to our channel. Today we're taking you on an epic journey through Japan, whether you're planning your first trip or dreaming of visiting someday. This guide will cover everything you need to know to make the most of your Japanese adventure, from the bustling streets of Tokyo to the breathtaking views of the Golden Pavilion. We've got it all. Let's dive in. Day 1. Arrival in Tokyo. The adventure begins as we arrive in the throbbing metropolis of Tokyo, Japan. Our anticipation builds and the excitement grows as we check in at the luxurious Prince Park Tower Hotel. We'll spend 3 days at this 5-star hotel, which is located at Shiba Park and offers beautiful views of the Tokyo Tower with its design inspired by the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Tokyo Tower was for a period of time the tallest structure in Asia and remained so until the completion of the Tokyo Skytree in 2012, which stands at nearly 2,100 feet tall. We'll visit the Skytree during our stay. Now it's time to relax for the big adventure awaiting us tomorrow. Tokyo Day 2. The first stop will be the majestic Sensoji Temple. However, to get there, we will be taking a walk down the Nakamai shopping street. This street is lined with shops selling traditional snacks, souvenirs, and crafts, and it provides a glimpse into Japan's Edo period culture, making it a popular spot for tourists, and a wonderful place for a little bite to eat. Sensoji Temple, located in Asakusa, Tokyo, is one of the most famous Buddhist temples in Japan, as it represents the fusion between traditional Buddhist and Shinto practices, reflecting the unique religious and cultural landscape of Japan. We thought it would be fun to participate in a traditional Japanese fortune-telling ritual called omikuji. For a small donation, you can shake a container filled with sticks until one falls out. The number on the stick corresponds to a drawer with a fortune slip inside. If you receive a bad fortune, it is customary to tie the slip to a designated rack to leave the bad luck behind. From the temple you can see the Tokyo Skytree, one of the tallest towers in the world, just behind the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. Its design was inspired by traditional Japanese architecture, meant to resemble a traditional Japanese pagoda's graceful tapering design. The Tokyo Skytree has 2 observation decks, where the city unfolds below you in a mesmerizing blend of modernity and tradition. This blending of old and new couldn't be better exemplified than in the presence of historic castles surrounded by modern architecture. Some of the most well-known and preserved castles across Japan include Kochi Castle, Nagoya Castle, and my favorite, Osaka Castle. We'll come back to Osaka Castle later. Today we make our way to Shibuya Crossing, the most iconic intersection that embodies the vibe of Tokyo. After leaving Starbucks, we dive into that human current, crossing the street with this amazing and almost chaotic backdrop behind us. Shibuya Crossing, known as the world's busiest pedestrian crossing. It's estimated that up to 3,000 people cross it at a time during peak hours. The crossing's lights are coordinated so that all traffic stops simultaneously, allowing pedestrians to cross from all directions. This creates the unique, chaotic flow of people you see in videos. The crossing's popularity has grown significantly with the rise of social media, as many people share their experiences and photographs of the bustling intersection. The crossing is right in front of Shibuya Station, one of Tokyo's busiest transport hubs, making it a central point for many commuters and travelers. Near the crossing, there's a famous statue you may or may not have heard of, the statue of Hachiko. Hachiko was an Akita dog, a breed known for its loyalty and courage. Born in 1923 in Akita Prefecture, Hachiko became famous for his unwavering loyalty to his owner. After the owner's death in 1925, Hachiko continued to wait for him at Shibuya Station every day for nearly 10 years until his own death in 1935. Our final stop is the renowned Tsukiji Fish Market, where we can observe the activities at the world's largest fish market. We will grab a sushi breakfast with the most appetizing seafood from Tokyo. The market wasn't just about fish. It was a sensory overload with vibrant sights and smells, busy vendors, and the early morning hustle of fishmongers shouting prices and bargains. Now it's time we make our way back to the Prince Park Tower Hotel to prepare for the next part of our adventure. Cruise Day 1. The day begins with a beautiful cab ride from our hotel to the Yokohama Asanbashi Cruise Terminal. Here, the elegant Oceania Nautica cruise ship awaits us. We make our way on board and find our staterooms. Then we start exploring the ship to become acquainted with luxurious amenities. As the ship pulls away from the dock, up on deck we wave goodbye to the Tokyo skyline, reflecting on the highlights of this impressive city and beaming with sheer excitement for what lies ahead. After we explored Nagoya Castle, we walked the Shiratori Garden in Nagoya. It's a beautiful, serene, Japanese garden perfect for a short visit. Designed in the traditional Japanese style, it represents a harmonious blend of nature with ponds, streams, and carefully curated plant life that changes with the seasons. The main pond symbolizes the sea, with stones and trees arranged to mimic landscapes from Japanese mythology. Osaka Castle is one of the most iconic and historic castles in Japan. It was originally constructed in 1583 to serve as a symbol of authority. It also had one of the most important sieges in Japanese history, the Siege of Osaka from 1614 to 1615. The castle initially had about 50 towers and was surrounded by moats and walls. Although most of the original structures were destroyed in World War II, the remaining keep, or donjon, and the beautiful gardens are still major draws for visitors. We take time to appreciate the peaceful environment before returning to our hotel for the evening. Day 4 of our journey takes us to Nara and Nara Deer Park. Here can be found the amicable bowing deer. Yes, you heard me right. Bowing deer, a most peculiar sight, bound to bring joy to any visitor, child or adult.
Following me now. Oh, no.
Hey fellas, she's over there. They bite.
Nara Deer Park is famous for its free-roaming Sika deer, which are considered messengers of the gods in the Shinto religion. There are around 1,200 deer that inhabit the park. Visitors can buy special crackers called Shika Senbei to feed the deer.
I have no more.
The deer are quite friendly,
Run, Linda, run.
but as you can see, they can also be quite
Maybe they
demanding
have
when they see
some.
visitors with food.
No more. Where's Cheryl and Art?
They're laughing somewhere.
Stop. Stop. No, no.
Nara is also home of the Great Eastern Temple called Tadijai, which shelters the Great Buddha, a wonder of architecture. The huge wooden structure, considered to be one of the largest of its type in the ancient world. Next, we'll visit the mystical Fushimi Inari Taisha Shrine, famous for its thousands of vivid red torii gates. A winding path and panoramic views make it feel like you are in a magical world of fun and exploration. Torii gates are traditional Japanese structures commonly found at the entrances of Shinto shrines, symbolizing the transition from the mundane world to a sacred space. Their iconic design typically consists of 2 vertical pillars connected by 2 horizontal crossbars, though styles and materials vary across regions and shrines. At Fushimi Inari Taisha, thousands of vermilion-colored torii gates form a scenic path up the mountain. These gates are donated by individuals or businesses in exchange for blessings. Our final stop is the shimmering Kinkaku-ji, also known as the Golden Pavilion. This is one of Kyoto's most iconic landmarks. As the name implies, the top 2 floors of the pavilion are covered in gold leaf. This gold leaf was intended not only for aesthetic purposes, but also to purify any negative thoughts and feelings towards death. Originally, Kinkaku-ji was a villa owned by the powerful statesman Seionji Kinzin. In 1397, it was purchased and transformed into a temple by Shogun Ashikaga Yoshimitsu. The pavilion is 3 stories high, with each floor built in a different architectural style. The first floor is built in the Shinden style, the second in the Buk style, and the third in the Chinese Zen Hall style. As with many historical structures in Japan, the original pavilion met its end by fire and had to be rebuilt. Tomorrow will show us the most poignant reminder of Japan's fiery history. Day 5 was a sobering reminder of humanity, or lack thereof. This was one of the most
A
turbulent
short time
times in
ago,
human history.
an American airplane dropped one bomb on Hiroshima.
On the 6th and the 9th of August 1945, during World War II,
Tons of TNT.
these cities were decimated by atomic blasts, killing between 150,000 and 246,000 people. Both have since been rebuilt and serve as symbols of peace and resilience, now UNESCO World Heritage Sites. From Hiroshima, we take a ferry 11.6 miles to Miyajima Island and visit the famous Itsukushima Shrine, where a torii gate appears to be floating on water during high tide. It's one of Japan's most photographed sites. The island is considered sacred. It is forbidden for the dead to be buried there. The word Miyajima translates to Shrine Island. Miyajima is also known for its wild deer, which roam freely and are seen as messengers of the gods in Shinto beliefs. Cruise Day 9 is upon us quickly. Our final port of call is Shimizu, where we visit the historic Konozan Tashigu Shrine, dedicated to the founder of the Tokugawa Shogunate. The calm and picturesque beauty of this UNESCO World Heritage Site is a fitting end to our journey. We make our way back to Tokyo Narita Airport for our return flight home. It takes about 11 hours. And so, with hearts full of memory and minds brimming with stories, we say goodbye to Japan. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, safe travels.